BBC Radio Oxford. It's Wednesday morning, half-term takeover. I'm Adam Ball. We've got a special guest in the studio this morning, Sabeine North, the chair of the Harwell Harriers Running Club. Now, she's been with us all morning. You are running 4 marathons, or you will have run 4 marathons in the space of a year.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
You're doing it to raise awareness of Huntington's disease. Now, you're running for a cause that's very close to your heart, so tell us about the work of the Huntington's Disease Association and why that means so much to you.
So my mum was diagnosed with Huntington's disease back in March last year. It's a very rare disease. It doesn't get a lot of press or anything like that, although it has appeared in EastEnders storyline. It is a genetic disorder, and it is the top trumps of diseases as they go. So the symptoms are similar to dementia, Alzheimer's, multiple sclerosis. It's basically your whole body shuts down. You lose the ability to swallow, to walk, to talk, and everything like that. So, good job. I'm going to do the Abingdon Marathon. So it's that's in October.
Yeah.
And I do Portsmouth Marathon. That's where my mum lives. So I do that every year. It's just shock for our family. We knew she had the gene, but the symptoms had come about quite quickly. So I felt that I needed to do something that was going to make an impact, and it was going to be positive. I absolutely love running, and I might as well set myself a challenge of running 4 marathons within 12 months.
So just give us a quick reminder why you are running for Huntington's.
So last March, my mum was diagnosed with Huntington's disease, and she's gone downhill quite rapidly. So I felt the need to do something and to raise awareness. It's quite an unknown disease. It affects 8,000 people in the UK, and it's really just to get out there.
There might be some people listening now that don't actually know what Huntington's is. So what does it affect?
So it's a disease of the central nervous system. It's caused by a faulty gene and passed down through families. Symptoms normally begin between age 30, 40 or 50.
Yeah.
You can take a genetic test to see if you've got the gene. That won't tell you whether it will tell you will eventually get Huntington's.
But not
it won't
when.
tell you when.
Right.
People. My mum's 77, so she's only just got the symptoms. So in a way, she's been quite fortunate to have most of her life. So there's juvenile Huntington's disease, which does affect teenagers as well, and that's even rarer. But it's just about getting out there and raising awareness about the disease. And when my mum went to hospital, the staff there hadn't heard of it. So,
really?
Yeah, that was down in Portsmouth.
Oh.
So we had to then get involved and inform them. So
how does it affect her every day then?
So she's gone from being quite active. She falls over a lot. She's lost the use of her hands. She can't grip things, open things up, anything like that. She can't feed herself. She's having difficulty swallowing. She's been in hospital recently because she had a fall and has had her staples in her head from the fall. And she's just having trouble moving and getting out and about. And it's the dementia side of it as well. So sometimes she's not,
That must be really difficult to, I guess, watch somebody sort of slowly disintegrate, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. She so far has remembered me and my sister Heidi. She remembers us and my children. But then sometimes when we went to see her in hospital, she was saying, I've got to get out because I've got to go to the youth club. She used to run a youth club when she was much younger.
Right.
And
so rewinding
like
almost, which is what dementia does, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it can be, quite heartbreaking. It's awful to see someone you love and someone that's cared for you and brought you up going through that. So
now, you said earlier that you can be tested for the gene. Have you been tested?
We have to. So you have to have counselling before you are tested.
Really?
It takes a year. So we've been going through counselling, my husband and I, and we're still at the decision whether to go ahead with it. The counselling involves you have to put a care plan together of whether you've got it in the next 5 years, and that's even before you know you've got the gene or not.
Wow.
And that's where we're at. Do we or don't we? So it's a really difficult decision to make because it has implications on family. It has implications on mortgages. Yeah. So it isn't, like I say, 8,000 people are affected. There's talk about 32,000 people could be carriers, and it's I mean, a lot of people don't know it's in their family because it used to be a big secret. The symptoms are people can come across as they're drunk or they're mentally ill or anything like that. So people were put in asylums. This is going back to in the 70s and such. So there's not a lot of research out there. We're getting there. I mean, the science side of things with gene silencing and things like that are coming on leaps and bounds, and it's really important they get the funding in order to do that, because it has implications on Alzheimer's and dementia as well. So the science that we can get behind this will obviously hopefully help solve a lot of other diseases.